Marco Rubio is part of a group of bipartisan senators who are going to do immigration reform. Now, the Republican Party feels they have to do this because they lost over 70% of the Latino vote in 2012. They feel like it's slip-sliding away from them. Yeah, all that stuff we said about how much we hate illegal immigration and we got to build a bigger and bigger border and wall, etc. Yeah, we still mean it, but except not quite as much. So they bring in Marco Rubio. I don't know if you know this, but Marco Rubio is Latino. So they think they're going to cross the Rubicon or the Rubio-con with him. So, all right, well, he's come up with this plan that some are calling a pathway to citizenship, but he wants you to understand how much it sucks. So he's going to explain it on Fox News. Don't get me wrong. I'm not really trying to fix the system. In some ways, I'm trying to make it worse. Listen.
Question: why isn't that amnesty? Because, in fact, you are giving legal status to people who have broken the law. And most people here in Washington think once they have that status, even if it's called temporary, it's never going to get revoked, Senator.
Well, I think that's where people are misunderstanding. They don't get anything. And then they don't qualify for any federal benefits. This is an important point. No federal benefits, no food stamps, no welfare, no Obamacare. The only thing that happens is that they will have to stay in that status until at least 10 years elapses and the triggers are met. All that has to happen. And then the only thing they get is the chance to apply for a green card via the legal immigration system. We do not award anything to anyone.
So don't worry, guys, okay? They're getting nothing. Or in their language, nada. You get no health care, no benefits, no nothing for 10 years as you work at the lowest wage possible. We grind you into the ground, and at the end, we got, and then we got, bam, slap across the face. Trust me, we hate them. Believe me, we're not giving them anything. We're just trying to find cheap labor that the corporations who pay us can benefit from. They've been doing it illegally all these years, and we let them get away with it. Secretly, by the way, that was a Republican idea. And sometimes they would even get to basically use slave labor because nobody could complain. Well, the jig is up on that. Oh, that sucks. So we're going to try to institutionalize how much we crush these people for over 10 years. But at the end, they get to apply for a green card. Are we not merciful? He continues to explain how much he will try to hurt immigrants, as this is their new reach out to immigrants in America. This is great.
And I would argue to you that it will be cheaper, faster, and easier for people to go back home and wait 10 years than it will be to go through this process that I've outlined. And that's why it's not amnesty. And bottom line is, we don't award anything. You have to qualify, you have to apply for it. And that's the key distinction. So I agree, if somehow being in this country illegally is cheaper, easier, and quicker than doing it the right way, I wouldn't support that.
Do you understand what he's saying there? He's saying this is worse than the current system. My proposal is worse than the current system. Current system, he's saying, is better. You just leave the country for 10 years, you apply, and then you come back, okay? We kick you out of the country. That's the better system. My system is the worst system. We make them work here for 10 years, give them nothing those 10 years, and at the end they have a chance to apply for not a citizenship, green card. And that's a whole nother long process. Oh, I see, you're reaching out to Latinos, are you? Well, how very kind of you. But if it wasn't clear enough, he went on ABC's This Week, and here's what he said, quote, "The alternative we've created is going to be longer, more expensive, and more difficult to navigate." Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Boy, yeah, Republicans really know how to reach out and slap you across the face. Thank you. This is their new Marco Rubio representative trying to reach out to Latinos and immigrants in the country to be a welcoming arms of the Republican Party. Those are arms you don't want to go anywhere near, man. So, look, I think there needs to be sensible immigration reform. I understand the need for a certain period of years that they work until they can get a green card. You can't just come in and go, give me the green card. We get it, right? But you don't have to be punitive about it while they're here, and you don't have to make it literally longer than indentured servitude, which was 7 years back in the day. Now this is 10 years, and then you begin the process. So there has to be bounds of reason, and this is nowhere near it. And by the way, of course, President Obama is ecstatic at this. Bipartisan compromise. He's trying to help Rubio pass this.